Okay, thank you. Now, how about you, Herrera?
Sir, for me po yung representational thinking po is ano po, pwede po siyang maging form of communication in a way po na it symbolizes something and it expresses emotion po. Yun lang po, sir. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Herrera. Now, Lopez, you may answer.
Para po sa akin yung, representational thinking, yun po yung, pag-develop po ng symbolic function or nagkakaroon ka ng symbolization dun po sa isang, bagay. And this is, meron po kayong ability to think, things in, different way or meron po kayong gumagawa ng analogies. And then I do believe na isa din po 'tong, identity formation po, yun lang po.
Okay. Bautista. Lo-
Representational thinking po, it allows us to communicate in a creative way while critically thinking and expressing ourselves po.
Okay, sige. Reyes.
For me naman po yung representational thinking, it involves in both artistic and scientific. Parang it offers po na unique ways on how we perceive and interpret the world. For example, yung art po could be subjective and emotional, while yung other naman po is grounded with empirical evidence. Yun po.
Okay, sige. Thank you, Reyes. Alvarez.
For me naman po, sir, yung representation of thinking po art is the visualization po ng artist about his or her process of thoughts po, often using symbolic imagery po, abstract forms, and other techniques po that expresses his or her experiences.
Okay. Next is si Peña Redondo. Peña
Sir, for
Redondo.
me, presentational thinking po is yung reflection po ng artist sa reality po and yung based po sa kanyang imagination or interpretation.
Okay, thank you, Maria. Okay, next question. Wag niyo ilo-lower yung hands niyo. Naka-queue na kayo eh. Next question. You may lower your hand, Miss Maria May. From Barbie Jean onwards, no, who can tell me about Plato's representational thinking? Barbie Jean, go ahead.
From Plato po, his ideology is that there is a phenomena and material that can cause imperfections that um, that can cause masculinity and femininity or women and females.
Okay, thank you, Barbie Jean. Elaborate further, Eliza.
About po kay Plato's representational thinking po. It is closely tied po to his theory of forms, which poses po to the physical world po as a mere shadow po ng real world, like parang in ties po as forms or ideas po. This theory po is centralized to understanding how Plato conceptualized the knowledge, reality, and the nature of existence po.
Okay, sige. Thank you, Miss Margalo. Abra, how about you?
Yes po, sir. Yung kay Plato po is yung world of forms over phenomena and material realm. We are able to distinguish the phenomena and material as imperfect because we have a reference to what is perfect. We have a concept of what is perfect, and that is achieved through the realm of intellect po. Then all of the art that we see is followed by mimesis or the mimicry, which is tied to the representational thinking. And Plato is a known Plato is a known believer that women are below his intellect. That's why the phenomena in his thinking, the phenomena is linked to femininity, while the world of forms is more masculine.
Okay, thank you. No, that's a good elaboration. Uh, next, si Bitancor. You're audible. Go ahead. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Lex kay Lazam.
Good morning po, sir. So yung ano po sa'kin, yung sa representation of thinking po, ito po yung ano po, yung idea po na sa ating, yung idea po sa ano, tawag dito, yung idea po natin na yung halimbawa, pinipresent niya po yung world base po sa experience or knowledge po natin. Halimbawa po, magbibigay na po ako ng example. So, halimbawa po, may
Lazam, answer with Plato. Kay Plato na tayo. No? With reference to Plato. Go ahead.
yung kay Plato po, yung
Yeah, nandun na tayo. We
Call-
moved on from representational thinking. Tell me about
yung theory of
representational thinking in terms of Plato.
yung wait lang po, sorry, presenting of thinking. So yung ano po, I think po yung dito po is dito po wait lang po.
Just tell
Wait
me
lang
what
po.
you remember.
Yung sa representational thinking po, ito po yung parang kasi ito po yung parang binubili niya po yung form of yung imitation, yung physical word, yung beauty, parang ganun po ba, sir? Yung parang,
Just give me your answer.
so kasi naalala ko po kasi sa last meeting po, yung binanggit niyo po yung beauty. Yung, wait lang po, sir. Let me collect my thoughts lang po, sir.
Okay, paskuha mo na.
From what I can remember po, sir, we tackled yung mimesis, which is the representation of nature. And from that, we learned that in our arts, we always attempt to represent the reality in the world of forms. And from that po, we mentioned that there is from Plato there is two concepts, which is the world of forms and phenomena. And world of forms is usually based on Plato, it's represented by masculinity, because in world of forms it is always represented by higher intellect. And between women and men, between masculinity and femininity, it's the masculinity that's always incorporated with higher intellect. And then on the other hand naman po, phenomena is represented by yung femininity. And it's because phenomena itself is always imperfect, and that we always have personal preference po in that point. So yun
Thank
po,
you.
sir.
Thank you, Miss Pascua. Lazam, go ahead.
So yung ano po, yung ano po, yung plate or representation po nung it represents the nature po. So paano po? For him po kasi things people perceive in the world are shadowy representation of an ano po ideal type created by God. So tulad po ng sinabi nila, it's all about reality, kung saan nakabase sa experience ng isang tao sa kung saan po nakabase sa experience ng isang tao sa daily lives po nila po. Yun po.
Okay, thank you, Miss Lazam. You're good na for your midterms. Next, si Comia.
Hi, sir. Am I audible po?
You are audible. Go ahead.
Okay po. So I will mainly discuss po based on naalala ko yung two world of forms, I mean two worlds, the world of forms and the world of shadows. So for the world of forms po, Plato believed that there's a realm beyond our physical world where we can find perfection and eternality. So these forms po are the true essence of everything that we experience, like there's a perfection in beauty or the perfect justice. Meanwhile, yung world of shadows naman po, this is the physical world we perceive as just a reflection or shadow of the true forms, of the perfect forms. So, yung senses po natin, ito po yung nagbibigay sa atin ng imperfect representations, and ayun po yung mainly idea ko po tungkol sa Plato's theory of forms po. Yun po, thank
Thank
you.
you, Miss Comia. Okay, Torato?
From what I can remember po, the world of forms contains the perfect ideal of the thing it is representing po. Tapos, we do have discussed the phenomena or material which we perceived as imperfect. So it is also connected with the mimesis because everything in phenomena or everything you can think about is something already imperfect because it is referential in the world of forms po.
It's already referential. Okay, next question. Now tell me about Kant's transcendental divide. Go ahead. Next, si Miss Bagwasan.
Hello sir, yung ano po, naalala ko po sa transcendental divide po is that it focuses po sa philosophy na it allows po for our knowledge to be possible. Na inaalaw po tayo na experience po yung, meron po siyang two types. Bali, yung isa po is yung phenomena. It also known po as the world we perceive it. Yung the way po na na-experience po natin siya. And the other one po is the phenomena. And ito po siya, hindi po siya natin na-experience but only a product of our perception po. Ayun po, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Miss Bagwasan. Santos?
Excuse me po, sir. Rinig po ako and audible po.
You're audible. Go ahead.
Based po doon sa pagkakaalala ko po sa tawag na sa discussion po natin before, yung transcendental divide po is it revolves po around the idea of space and time. But based po doon sa pagkakaalala ko, it revolves na hindi po tayo merely na naka-reflect doon sa mga representation po natin sa buhay natin, but it's just merely just an appearances that we need to manufacture po in order to represent it further po sa sa reality po natin or sa mismong physical world po natin. Ayun lang po pagkakalala ko. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you, Miss Santos. How about you, Rafael?
Hello po, sir. For Kant's transcendental divide, Kant distinguish po the noumena and phenomena. The noumena is what we don't know. It's the thing in themselves which existing po independently of human perception, while the phenomena po is you gave example for the Christian God, the Islamic God, and the Buddha, which is the manufactured. In order to make the world intelligible po, according to Kant, we have to first manufacture it within ourselves po. And according po to Kant, world had to conform to thinking, which is also recognition, which is what we call the aesthetic manufacturing po.
Okay, thank you. Aesthetic manufacturing. Thank you. Okay, next, si Lacernas.
Good morning po, sir. For the transcendental divide po or the idealism, isa po to sa pinaka-important na set of claims na dinefend po ni Kant, wherein according po dun sa what they call this is it like a famous doctrine na yung mga tao po there are these times we we must distinguish kung ano po yung difference between sa appearance and nung mismong bagay na yon. And also, dito po pasok yung pagdating po sa human cognition wherein it is limited sa objects that somehow depends sa mind natin, or it is called mind independent po. Like limits beyond our experiences po, sir, and cognition. Ayun po. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. Next, De Guzman.
Good morning po, sir. Bale, ang natatandaan ko naman po is yung kay transcendental divide naman po. Yung world po natin, nasa-separate siya sa na-experience natin or yung phenomena po from the world naman po na kung ano po talaga yung world natin. Tas ano po, yung we can only know po yung phenomenal world po na na-experience natin. Pero kaysa ano, compared po sa nominal world na magre-remain kung ano, bayan sa understanding po natin. Yun po.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on. No. Who can tell me what they remember about the Treaty of Tordesillas in Zaragoza? Let us begin with Oledan. Miss Oledan,
Good morning po, Prof. Am I audible po?
you're audible. Go ahead.
From what I can remember po, the treaties of Tordesillas and Zaragoza po, were agreements po between Spain and Portugal in the late 15th and early 16th centuries po. May ano po siya, nagkaroon po siya ng malaking impact po sa exploration po ng and colonization po of the Americas and Asia po. Yung purpose niya po is yung to divide the newly discovered lands po between nga po yung sa Spain nga po and Portugal, avoiding po conflict over territories po.
Okay, for the territories. Candeleja. Thank you, Oledan.
Am I audible po, sir?
You are. Go ahead.
Sir, as far as I can remember po, Treaty of Zaragoza po was signed in 1529. So this treaty po was established a line of demarcation in the eastern part of the world, similar to the earlier Treaty of Tordesillas po, which divided the newly discovered lands between the two countries po.
Okay, between Spain and Portugal. Habol, Group 2, babagsak kayo sa quiz. Na isa pala nagre-recite. Next, thank you, Candeleja. Pangilinan.
Rinig po ako.
You're audible. Go ahead.
Yung dalawang treaties po na to were essentially a way for Spain and Portugal po to divide up the road and explored territories po, which is nung time po ng Treaty of Tordesillas is Spain and Portugal po drew an imaginary line running north to south through the Atlantic Ocean po, while yung Treaty of Zaragoza naman po is it established po another line of demarcation po, this time in the eastern part po ng Pacific. Ayun lang.
Okay. So tell me what this mean, how this relates to representational thinking, okay? Senko, starting from you.
Pwede pong pa-repeat po ng question, sir.
I-relate nyo to sa representational thinking no? Sa art, aesthetic manufacturing. What can you say? Go ahead. The clock is ticking. You only have 14 minutes left.
Pwede po mauna po muna yung iba. Ikakolek ko lang po yung thoughts ko. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'll call you next. The keys muna.
Good morning po. For me po, maiko-connect ko po yung Age of Discovery sa representational thinking, as yung Age of Discovery po was from 14th to 17th century, and it had a huge impact on art, as I remember po dito po sa Age of Discovery is part po siya ng Renaissance kung saan po nag-rebirth yung classics.
Okay, Renaissance. Thank
Yun
you.
lang po yung naalala.
Okay. Thank you, the keys. Soratos, go ahead.
Yung natatandaan ko lang po dito is yung
nag-coincide po yung Treaty of Tordesillas, Zaragoza po sa Age of Discovery. It was the Iliad and Odyssey po. Helen of Troy po was kidnapped by Paris and because she refused to marry Paris po, and Helen of Troy already betrayed to the Greeks po, and it was war called the phase that launched 1,000 ships po. And Helen of Troy po was a daughter of Zeus, and Zeus is a demigod po like Achilles po. And Achilles po was is a king of Greece po, and he died po because of Patroclus po.
Okay. So yeah, I think I remember kung bakit kayo na-mention sa class niyo. Zeus is a god, no, not a demigod. But thank you, Miss Soratos. Asenko, how about you?
Hello po sir, audible na po.
Yeah, you're audible. Go ahead.
Ayun po, iko-connect ko lang po siya dun sa Renaissance na nabanggit po ni Miss Takis kanina, wherein yung nag-start po yung Copernican Revolution, wherein yung thinking po nung ang mga tao is naging heliocentrism, wherein yung Earth po, yun, siya po yung center. And ayun po, yun na po yung naalala ko.
Sige. Heliocentrism, no? Sun na yung center. Thank you, Miss Senko. Diaz. Go ahead, Miss Diaz. Okay, wala pa si Miss Diaz. Donato muna.
Sir,
Yan si Diaz. Go ahead.
add ko lang po yung about sa Copernican Revolution po is yung sa geocentric and heliocentric po is yung sa is Earth as central po, which is yung mind is blind to the word of God, and it allows us to have faith since we rely on feelings and aesthetics to craft the world or the God, while yung Helios as central po is man-centered, but it is also scientific.
Thank you, Diaz. Donato. Wala si Donato yet? Okay, move on muna tayo. Okay, go ahead. Bilisan niyo mag-answer, guys.
Yung naalala ko lang po is between geocentrism and heliocentrism, where in geocentrism po, Earth as central and man as center vs God or world. And yun nga po, blind yung man, kaya po nag-aalaw siya ng faith. Tapos sa heliocentrism po is mas clear na nga po kasi may scientific facts na po.
Okay, thank you, Miss Donato. Yep, I'm Angel G.
Good morning po, sir. For me naman po, sa pagkakaalala ko, through this division po sa treatise na ito, nagkaroon po ng new discoveries sa art between Portugal and Spain, which yun po yung nag-promote sa panibagong form po ng art in that time po.
Okay, thank you. Last for the treaty policy na si Castillo.
Sir, yung naalala ko po dito sa heliocentrism tsaka po sa geo, ano po, kapag Earth as a central po, since sa God or world, yung belief na yung faith po, siya po yung ground why we do something like our daily living, yung mga morals natin. Kaya natin siya ginagawa because of faith. Well, doon naman po sa Helios, ginagawa natin siya because of the facts, the evidences that we have po. But it involves our cognitive and critical thinking.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Castillo. Carbon.
For me naman po, yung relation po nila is it kind of like parang challenges the like
willingness to embrace parang new ideas and perspective. And during this time, there is parang fusion of styles na across different cultures since they china-challenge na nila yung nakagawian po. Like that.
Okay. Sige. Now, moving on from this, you can tell me what they remember about Simondon. Let's begin with you, Aguilar. Aguilar?
Hello po. So Simon Don po, he's a French philosopher po. Known po sa theory niya sa individualization po. So um yung pong work niya po about doon is
Yeah. In terms of art, Mr. Aguilar. Mr. Aguilar, you have to at least give me
hello
ano
po.
no, yeah,
Sa kanya
in
po yung
terms of art.
sa kanya po yung technicality po.
What do you mean by that? Go ahead. Just what you remember. I'm checking lang. I cannot check your knowledge no if ganyan yung sagot nyo. What do you remember?
Based po dun sa work po niya na at sa technicality, sinasabi po dun that art is not about creating a final static object. Instead po, art is a continuous process po of becoming and emerging.
Okay. Sige, I'll accept that answer. No? Miss Tagle, I see you have raised your hand again. Pag nakapag-recite na kayo, it's okay na. Isang score lang yung mabibigay ko. So, next people na. Thank you but thank you for your enthusiasm. Also, Mr. Rato and Salvacion. Go ahead, Miss Salvacion. Do you remember?
Yung ano po, ang natatandaan ko po kay Simon Don is yung paradigm po niya, which as figure, then yung rupture ng primitive structure po ng particulation, tapos po yung ground nun, then yung ano po niya na man is supposed to be blind, and yung religion po. And as far natatandaan ko rin po is that man operates at the limits of ability or capacity po. So like it exceeds the limit that requires the new form po on becoming new.
Okay, so man operates at the limit of ability, capacity. Thank you. But yeah, thank you, Salvacion. Si Carlo.
Hello po, sir. Rinig po ako.
You are audible. Go ahead.
Okay po. Yung naalala ko lang po, sir, yung sa paradigm po niya is connected po yung figures, yung religion, and yung aesthetic thinking po. Wherein, kapag po nagsama-sama to, they can create po yung good works of art po. And sa figure po, it's central because it represents many things po, like yung sa religion po, relating po sa religion, it can represent gods po. While sa symbolism po, it can convey po yung ideas and emotions po. And then sa beauty, it also expresses po yung mga feelings po, and also beauty and other feelings po.
Thank you. Thank you, no, Ms. Carlo. Be more specific, class. What do you remember about aesthetics, no, focalizing human effort? Miss Martinez. Go ahead, Miss Martinez.
For me po, sorry po. Ang tandaan ko po kay Simon Don is he believed about the idea of aesthetic po, wherein
he believed that the process affect the term which involve experiences po, and people develop new mentality based on their ability or capacity, just like what Miss Salvacion said po. And dagdag ko na rin po na we as individual, ang tandaan ko po is we as individual, we exceed the balance of our limits po.
Yes, but what does that have to do with what does that have to do with aesthetic manufacturing, focalizing human effort? Thank you, Miss Martinez. Uh, Next, Fernandez.
For me po is, Simon define po for me is yung ability po to put yung object and subjects po sa common pattern of meaning po. Kasi ibinibili po niya na hindi po limited yung specific objects or identity or entities sa reality po.
How does that focalize human effort in aesthetics, Miss Martinez? Go ahead. Just give me an idea.
For human, I think kino-cultivate po niya yung reality po ng human nature po.
Kino-cultivate niya yung reality ng human. Oh, sige. Thank you, Miss Fernandez. Manrique?
Sir, am I audible po ba?
You're audible. Go ahead.
So yun po, parang ang view po ata ni Simon doon sa aesthetic is parang yun yung nagbibigay po ng dynamic process para maging mas alive po yung art, tapos para po maging mas constantly mag-transform, tapos mag-connect po yung bawat individual sa nasi-share ng energetic experiences po.
Sige. Thank you, Manrique. Gutierrez, how about you?
Hello po, sir.
You're audible. Go ahead.
Narinig po.
Give me your idea, please.
Is it about ano po ba? Through his philosophy po of individuation po tsaka transduction, it focus po about sa process on process of emergence at saka yung relationship between form and matter po that provides a fresh lens po for understanding artistic creation and aesthetic experience po. Sa po sabi po ni Simon Dons, it emphasizes the dynamic process of becoming rather than statistic traits of being. This aligns po with the creative process po where artworks evolve and transform over time. Yun po ba yun, sir?
Thank you for your contribution, Ms. Gutierrez. Navarro na.
Hi po, sir. Yung sa Simon's concept of technical object po can be extend po to art object. Sa pagkaalala ko po, parang sa lecture niyo po last time, para po nagpo-produce yung aesthetic thinking, napoproduce po yung aesthetic thinking, gamit po yung new ideas or ideas po ng mankind about sa techniques and religious belief po. For example po, yung mga myth, ganun po, like God is art, because it is not nagiging aesthetic thinking po siya kasi it is not a scientific or does not include factual infos po.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Navarro. So that's also time's up na, no? Thank you for your contribution, class. Let me share the window ng scores nyo. So group 1, 9, group 2, 9, group 3, 7, group 4, 9. Yeah, so 9 out of 11, 7 out of 11. Yun yung scores nyo for your quiz. Thank you for your participation. Okay. So in your midterms, you will have about 15 minutes per group, no, to answer the questions that I will ask you. Just class, just just as an instruction, no, I'm forbidding you to use subjective lexicon na pagdating ng midterms. Subjective lexicon means using words like I think, in my opinion, based on my understanding, okay? So you have to be objective in your vocabulary. You have to say things like based on the materials, based on the dialogues you had, based on the discussion. Yun yung dapat nyo sabihin. Kasi may grounding kayo doon, right? Pag may pinagbabasehan kayo sa questions nyo. You have to also answer no, correctly, no? Objectively, but also correctly because every correct answer is +1. Okay? Every wrong answer no, is subtracted. Okay? And for those na hindi talaga makakapag-recite, that is also minus. Okay? So try to answer objectively, but also correctly. And also, since you only have 15 minutes, you have to answer concisely. Okay? It means that you have to be at the onset specific agad. Okay? Don't use terms that you didn't understand as much as possible. So try to understand the terms. No? Some of you used the word vis-a-vis incorrectly. Some of you didn't use the word suppose correctly also. Okay, so and then try to fix that. Also specificity. Okay, when we're talking about Simondon, it's Simondon. Okay, not Simon. Also technicity, no, not technicality. Okay, try to remember that, class. But the way that you are answering the questions is good. You are providing me, no? You're providing me with your understanding. But of course, diba, it's understood naman eh. Diba, the way that I am asking questions, the way that you are answering, it's understand. I mean, it is easily understood kung sino yung may mastery na ng topic and those who didn't. You know who you are naman based on the way you have answered me. So try to brush up the knowledge, no? Kasi by group, individual kayo sasagot, but by group yung overall score. So hindi naman tayo different yung ways of learning natin, class. No? Some of you are good with face-to-face, some with audio, some with some not so good in online, no? So for those group nyo na nag-excel, brush up the knowledge of your teammates as well. And let them communicate, no? Mag-correct kayo sa isa't isa because we never know, no? We never know kung sino yung magiging tama talaga sa mga sagot nila. So just a quick review, class, before we leave, no? Just a quick review. May questions ba kayo about the quiz before we start with the review? Miss Santos, go ahead.
May question lang po, sir, sa grade po namin, yung 7/11 po. Sino po yung hindi po nakasagot sa amin po? Since sa end po
Okay.
namin, dalawa lang po yung hindi nakasagot.
Dalawa nga, si Cristobal and si Bukad.
Yes po. Ano po yung basis po
-1,
kung bakit?
right? Sabi ko, kapag hindi
Yes.
nakapag-recite. Yeah. So, those two people, -1. Right? So, dalawa kayo hindi nakapag-recite. That's how many? 9 -2, 7, right?
Okay po, sir. Thank you po.
Yeah. Thank you for asking also, no? Para ma-clarify sa inyo yung score niyo. That's why no one got a perfect score kasi may at least one person hindi nag-recite also from group 1, 2, and 4. So that's 10, right? 10 na agad yung max score nyo kasi hindi nag-recite. -1, that's 9. No? Bawi na lang sa midterms. But, wait, sorry. Thank you for reminding me. I also have to address this. So yung final score nyo, no, for your recitation also is 7 plus 1, that's 8. No, plus 9, how many is that? 17? No, 17 na yung score nyo for recitation. 6 plus 4, 10. Plus 9, 19. 7 plus 5, 7 plus 5, 12, 16 to. Group 3. Group 4, 9 plus 4 is 13, 20. Ano, nakakuha sila ng... Tama ba? Tama ba group 4? Perfect score or mali yung math ko? 9, 7 plus 4 is 11. Right? Plus 9, 20. They got a perfect score. Congrats, group 4. So, yun yung mga scores nyo. Yeah. So, aside from Miss Santos, or if Miss Santos has further questions, may ano pa ba kayo? May gusto pa ba kayong tanungin? Yeah. So, ano to? Taste to ng midterms nyo, right? Kasi the questions will be different na. I'm not going to ask you about what you remember. It's going to be different. For example, you have to tell me, how Plato's theory of forms relates to aesthetic manufacturing in colonialism. Mga ganong questions na. So, ano, right? Ano yun? Try to be objective in your understanding also of the topics we have discussed. So, any questions, class? If you have no more questions, you may also verbalize it. No? Always practice verbalization, class. Ano? Do we have questions before we begin?
Wala na po, sir, sa end po namin. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. So, we discussed now representational thinking. Representational thinking is always reflective of an artist's reality. That's why it is representation. You are representing because I mean, class, I have written here, there is no such thing as neutral knowledge. No. Everything is political. No, every knowledge is political. Even science, no, is political. Okay? Right? Sino ba yun, si Rosa Parks ba yun? Yung hindi na-credit sa discovery ng structure ng DNA. Well, her male colleagues, no, were given Nobel Prizes. That's just one example. We can only see, we can only represent what is within our ability to perceive. And what is within our ability to perceive, class, is very closely related to our ideology. Right? If misogynist ka, if feminist ka, if Marxist ka, if capitalist ka, right? Antithetical to one another. These are all things, class, that you have to consider, no? That you have to remember. Diba? Being, no? Kung sino talaga tayo, it precedes ideology. Okay? Kung sino talaga tayo, it precedes who we are precedes ideologies. We go and find ideologies to adhere to our being. Okay? Kung magaan talaga yung feeling mo sa mga babae, you will always be a feminist. If habang buhay, kupal ka pagdating sa mahirap, you will always be a capitalist. Okay? You don't form ideologies, class. You discover them. Okay? You discover them, papa. You either agree or not. No. And with what I am telling you right now, you are either agreeing with what I'm saying or not. No? Hindi mo naman kaya pwersahin yung sarili mo na mag-agree. Okay? So that is what we mean by this representational thinking being reflective of an artist's reality. Reality, no, subordinated to identity, in turn to ideology. Okay? But everything, no, preceding ideology, an identity crafted before ideology, but which is informed by ideology also. That is art. No? I am teaching you, class, to appreciate the political forces that have influenced you all your life. No? That aesthetic manufacturing is also political. So, short review with Plato, right? Ano pa bang hindi natin na-discuss kay Plato? Remind me, class, did I discuss this with you? Absgrund, right? Denotation. It is the abyss. No? Without floor naman is its connotation. Did I discuss this with you, Miss President? Can you answer me? Do you recall?
Hello, sir.
Did
Parang
I
hindi
dis-
pa po.
Okay.
Please
So,
explain.
okay. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng lesson natin nagamit natin 'to, eh, 'di ba? Uh, Obscure class, it means that you need a floor beneath your feet so you do not fall into the tide of the infinite regress. The infinite regress class is when you ask questions without stopping, preceding logical propositions without causia, no, and uh, without an end in sight. For example, nandito tayo sa klase natin today. How did we get here? No? Nagising tayo. Paano tayo nagising? Bakit tayo natulog in the first place? Bakit natin ginusto matulog in the first place? Bakit natin inask yung question na yun in the first place, right? That's the infinite regress. To stop that, you need to have a floor. You need to have a floor beneath your feet. And Plato, Kant, Simondon, every Lacan, everything that I have taught you is an attempt to have a floor beneath your feet so that you do not fall into the infinite regress. Okay? No? You cannot have ideology, you cannot have being if you are falling into the infinite regress. Because you do not know reality. Hey, Plato, world of forms is ideal. It is ideal, it is causality. It is also what is immutable, eternal. So causality class, what does causality mean? When I'm talking about causality, it means that we can see already forms within the world. Okay? Kasi it is impossible to see phenomena without the world of forms. Okay? When you look at the revolution of the stars, you look at the sparks of light from the sun, no? You are already seeing the ideal, the mathematical forms, the form of light also, right? No? If you do not have a concept of that through your ability to rationalize, to intellectualize, you will not be able to perceive phenomena, or you will perceive phenomena incorrectly. Okay? And it is evidenced by what Plato considered as representation, art, literature, poetry. Poetry is already twice removed. Okay, there's the ideal and there's the poem about the ideal, about nature. That is a poet being removed. The poet, yung gumagawa, they're tries to remove, but they are already drawing, no? A secondary form of representation. Class, when we say twice, we actually only mean once. When we say thrice, we actually only mean twice. Eh, just subtract one kasi yung yung numbering ng mga ancient Greeks is inclusive, right? Inclusive counting, no? So, 1 is 2, 2 is 3, 3 is 4. Okay? And 1 is 0, no, 2 is 1, 3 is 2. Okay? So, knowledge class for Plato is now anamnesis. Anamnesis means it is recollection. Okay? So, for him, we already exist knowing about the world. And we only remember it. Okay? So, it's talagang todo representation, right? World of forms. We already have something, diba? That's why for Plato, we must strive towards the ideal. Okay? Now, uh, Plato as an art, no? Kasi you have to consider that Plato is an earth text class. No? He legitimized the structures of the patriarchy in formal thought. Earth text, di ba? Grounding. Yung it means originary. Diba? Big, originary. Diba? Sino ba yung, si Hannibal ba yun? Yung Hammurabi Codex, I think. Or something like that, no? Formalizing, no? Crime and punishment. Yun yung earth text ng legal system also, no, originary. Now we have to remember about Plato class is that cognition, no, conforms to the world. Sumusunod ang pag-iisip sa kung anong meron na sa mundo. Mundo meaning the world of forms. Very different from Kant. No? The transcendental divide class is also a project of epistemology. Project of epistemology class meaning that bakit mo ginawa? Project of epistemology class meaning that epistemology, the way that we can know things, is rooted within aesthetics, okay? Aesthetic manufacturing. Aesthetic manufacturing allows us to create meaning, right? But noumena is a negative proposition. Proposition meaning we cannot define it. We can only express its non-apprehensibility. Cannot be apprehensible, no? And describing it means that you have failed in the attempt already. Attempting even, no, fails. That's why it's a negative proposition. Phenomena is perception, appearance, also experience, no, pae, it is space and time, no? But not a physical, no, not physical nor biological, but a priori, no? A priori intuition. This is our fancy words, no? A priori means preceding experience, and it is intuition, right? So, kasi pag project of epistemology, considering the universal, we consider what can be the universal. Kasi ang isang bagay class, if isang bagay, no, yung mga maaari nating malaman kapag ano yun eh, pag pwede natin siyang malaman bago pa tayo nagkaroon ng experience, it means that everyone, lahat tayo, should have the same knowledge. Okay? That's why it's universal. And why this aesthetic manufacturing is dangerous when we go to the Treaty of Tordesillas in Zaragoza. So, space and time, a priori intuition, no? So, yung space, it's our intuitive ability to know that something, no, has grounding na nandyan yung object. Time is motion, right? It is moving. Yung sasakyan, for example, we do not know it through our account of physics, but through our account, no, our intuition of time. Okay, so it's aesthetic manufacturing, this entire project of Kant. Now, women, no, are are not seen as good, no, for Kant because yung aesthetics ni Kant, yung art niya is rooted within what is beautiful within nature. Okay, we find the purpose in that, hence teleology, no, and that's how we can make ethical judgment. Okay, but women, no, are only possessing of agreeable beauty. Okay? No, agreeable beauty, it means it is beautiful that you agree with. It does not push you into contemplation, okay? That's why in the opus, postumum, diba? Consider the thing in itself as an empty object, negative proposition. Its appearance is the something we can know. We are the artist, no? Nilalapatan natin ng kulay ang bagay na empty within the thing in itself. Opus postumum, to make world intelligible, first manufacture. You want to understand the world, manufacture it. Okay? No? The starry heavens above and the moral law within. Okay? The starry heavens above is the world, and the moral law is you. Okay? You are the artist. No, his ethics is art. Okay? Now, Kant, remember, no, differs from Plato in the fact that it is now the world, no, conforming to cognition. It is no longer cognition conforming to the world. Okay? I hope that's clear. The Treaty of Tordesillas, a breaking down of barriers, hence why I said there's no such thing as neutral knowledge. But this project is about a universalizing moral force, creating meaning just through universality. Though Kant, no, Kant existed after the Treaty of Tordesillas in Zaragoza. The powers of colonialism were still active during Kant's time. Okay, uh, God, gold, and glory, no, we're all adhered towards the white man. The white man class meaning the subject. Okay, when we think about the subject, we know it is the white man. Okay, and it is always the subject that can manufacture meaning. The others are defined by the subject. So kung yung sino yung subject, sila yung nagde-define kung ano yung other. Self-evident naman dito, right? Magawa ng monolith of thought. No? Syempre ethical, right? This is your representation of what is good, right, and beautiful. Then it must be the case that it must also be the representation of everyone else. Okay? That's why when you go to the Copernican revolution, diba? Geocentrism, man is blind, God as art, no? Uh, man is center, no, partisan to God and world. That's why we can make God as art because we are blind. But heliocentrism, man is the centered, no? Now revolving around God and world. Okay? Man has clarity na, hindi na siya bulag-balagan lang. Okay? No? That's why when we go to Simondon later, that's why Zizek said as a Hegelian, Marxist, Lacanian scholar, he said that we are all atheists. Okay? Because we no longer actually have faith in God. We are no longer blind. Dilat na ang mga mata natin. That's why we are trying to explain God in terms of science. No? Now, science, therefore, God also as ethics. Okay? We are making God bow down na. I mean, look at the Old Testament, right? Look at the gods of myths, no? A Norse mythology, yung mga pinagagawa ni na Zeus, ay ni na Odin, ni na Fenrir, right? Ni na Thor. Si Thor, ang dami niya minasakar. No? We look at mythology also of the Greeks, of the Aztecs, di ba? I mean, those are very ethical gods, we can say. So Nietzsche said we have killed God because we have replaced God as a universalizing moral force. We are now crafting no meaning. Okay? So the psychoanalytic framework, no, I think I discussed that very well naman with you, class. So I'm not going to go into that again. Refer na lang to your notes. Diba? Nandun naman si Hegel, no? And also how it relates to Zizek. But, mag-focus tayo kay Simon doon kasi hindi ko ata siya masyado na-discuss with you. Okay, so take a screenshot of this. If you can recall Arthur Clarke, right? The beast became mankind through tools. Tools? No. It was tools which invented man. Okay? So, when I was questioning you earlier, how did aesthetic thinking, no? How did aesthetics focalize human effort? You have to understand, no, that facts, right, logic, they already existed before science. Okay? How hindi nakapaloob sa siyensya ang facts lang. Okay? Logic is already within technicity. Example, no? No? What are example of facts? Birthdays, right? We celebrate birthdays. Facts yun. Astrology, It's also a fact that people believe in it. Okay, uh, art is a fact, class. Okay, fact now meaning that it is also an opinion. Okay, so try to read more on that kung bakit siya nandito na. Aesthetic thinking, no, also focalizes human efforts kasi pag binasa niyo yung Genesis, and diba, ano bang sinabi, no? Sinabi ko kay Lacan, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. There is already a technical understanding, interpretation of divinity, also of nature. Diba? Nagbibigay na sila ng technical understanding ng mundo. Tama ba yung technical understanding na yun through science? No. Right? But it doesn't mean that it didn't exist. It's still a fact. Right? It exists in the Bible. That is already technicity, no, logic, no, being grounded, no, given meaning by religion. No? Technicity giving religion its figure. Religion giving technicity its ground. That's how aesthetic thinking focalizes it. Bakit ba tayo nagse-celebrate ng mga heroes? Bakit tayo may mga santo? Bakit ba prophet si Muhammad? Right? Bakit ba sinasamba si Buddha? Bakit tayo nagse-celebrate ng birthdays? Bakit tayo may festivals? That is because aesthetic thinking focalizes human efforts. It was only later on that we had exceeded our limits and we made a new demand. Why science had to be born from the theoretical mode of technicity and religion, and why ethics had to be partisan to science from the practical mode of technicity and religion. Because ethics had to make science practical. Ethics had to make science reasonable. Because science can answer uh, objectively about the world. It can make models correct, but it cannot make models right or good. Okay? That's why, if you can see, these are all their own things, right? Static is its own thing, science, no, it's its own thing. As the same with ethics, but they are defined by their relational phase, by their relation to one another, by the distance. Okay, there are ratios, class, no, relational phases. Technicity can only exist through the distance between technicity and religion. Science no, can only exist between the distance of the theoretical mode of technicity and religion. Same with ethics, no, practical. Aesthetics, no, is relational to science and ethics. It is originary because it is closely, no, articulating nature, right? Primitively articulating nature. That's why aesthetics is partisan also to science and ethics and vice versa. Okay? When you think about ethics and science, diba? Preceding them, no, as a first concept is aesthetics. So yeah, that's our review. No? That's our review class. Do you have any more questions before I dismiss you? Midterms will be next week. Last class na natin yun. Actually, most of my classes, hindi ko na sila mini-meet kasi nakapag midterms na sila. Since the first week of December, the last week of November pa sila walang klase with me kasi tapos na yung midterms nila. So, class, do you have questions ba before I dismiss you? This is your last chance, no? Actually, no. May G-class naman tayo. You can ask questions din doon. But, yeah. Before I dismiss you, class, do you have questions? If you have none, you may verbalize it. Like I said, class, ugaliin nyo mag-verbalize, no? Kasi magkakaroon kayo one day ng mga kupal na professor na pag hindi kayo nag-verbalize, sila yung magde-decision para sa inyo. At yung decision nila hindi magiging mabuti. So, try to verbalize it. Class? Okay na ba tayo? Questions? Am I mute? I'm not muted. Yeah? Hello? Class? Go on. You have something to say?
Wala naman po gano'n.
Okay.
May nagkasalita po ata.
Okay. Yeah. So, since wala ng questions, no? Remember, answer objectively, correctly, concisely. Okay? Try to do those three things and solve kayo. Try to have a mastery of the subject. No? Answer answer objectively, correctly, concisely, but also specifically. Okay? Pag short yung answer mo and kulang yon, that will also be incorrect. So concise but also specific. Okay, class? I thank you for participating in our session today and for undertaking your quizzes. I hope to see you next week, for your oral midterms face to face. No? So I'll see you then. Once again, thank you.